And I have got two Team Bankroll members and my friends. I'm so excited to see them. Martin Green and Stuart from tipsterhq.com. It is a last-minute preview of France versus Belgium. We're going to see how the lines have changed and which team will be playing England in the finals. First of all, Martin...
Not at all asking too much there, are you?
Do I dare? Oh, I'm daring to dream. I'm daring to dream, Stuart. Oh, I don't know. I'm hoping. Martin, you said it's coming home. Is it coming home? Is this year
I think England have got a very good chance of getting in the final. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I think Croatia are going to be very tired after 2 extra time games in a row. I also think that Lovren and Chorluka is a bit of a suspect defence, and if we can get decent service up to Kane and Ali, then I think England should win that, get to the final, and anything could happen. You know, the team they're playing could have a man sent off in the 5th minute. So once you're there, anything goes. And I like this young, hungry England side. They'll be underdogs in the final if they make it, but yeah, still think they can do it. Football's coming home.
Oh, Stuart. How do you feel? Well, you're obviously in France, so is football coming home to France?
Well, a lot of people here seem to think so, but personally, I'm not particularly convinced that France are going to be anywhere near that final. So it may be quite difficult for them. Personally, I really like the opportunity now that's presented itself to England to actually win this thing. It has quite possibly been one of the worst World Cups in terms of predictable results and betting. But in terms of excitement and shocks, it's been great. And honestly, it's wide open. Anyone could win this now.
It is wide open. So I'm going to look now. Obviously, they play in a couple of hours, France versus Belgium. France, obviously, the slight favourites here. Their odds have remained steady, to be honest. 2.54, Belgium 3 and draw 3.3 pretty much remain the same there on the outright. A lot of people leaning towards France to qualify 1.72. Alex from Need for Tips is liking that bet, France to qualify. Martin, on the outrights, who do you think will qualify?
I really can't call it. These are two exceptional teams, very well matched. I'm not going to be betting on the outrights because I just think it can go either way. Belgium have already shown that they beat Brazil. They're not scared of anyone. But yeah, if pushed, I would probably have to go with France simply because I think that N'Golo Kante and Paul Pogba should get the better of Axel Witsel and Marouane Fellaini in midfield. Then there's also the prospect of Kylian Mbappe terrorising a not particularly quick Belgian defence with his pace. But then again, you know, Hazard, De Bruyne and Lukaku could annihilate them within 30 minutes. So anything goes.
Anything goes. Bill Buttlicker says, Stewie, love the glasses. You officially look 30% smarter. You do look very good in your
30% older.
Smarter. Do
you,
you love the value, Stuart, and the value is arguably on Belgium. But do you think France we've seen them almost get better throughout the World Cup, which is sort of the way that you want to go, rather than we've seen some teams peaking in the group stage. Do you think that this is? Do you think that France is qualifying as well from this match? Do you think they'll get the job done in 90 minutes?
No, I don't. I don't actually see France winning this at all. I'm just looking at the two teams. I've been saying right from the start of this competition that France have a weakness at fullback. And you look at, they've got Pavard, who scored that wonder goal, but has been pretty ropey ever since and before. And then they've got Hernandez as well, who isn't particularly good and, you know, isn't particularly reliable. And, you know, they'd rather have someone like Mendy available, and he's probably not. So for me, when you looked at the Belgium versus Brazil game, they kept on slipping balls into those channels to attack the fullbacks, and they created lots of chances. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen here again. I think Eden Hazard, who for me is the player of the tournament, is going to have a bit of a field day on this one, and he could really make it shine.
Yeah. I think. Do you think the match will be decided in 90 minutes, Stuart?
See, that's my problem now. Do I go for draw no bet at around 2.1, or do I stick with my original thought? And what is my original bet? I've actually got money on rolling on this, which was a Belgian win, which I got at 3.2, but the odds have come in a very long way. You can get around 3.05 now. So, maybe we're going to see a normalization of the odds. Maybe we're going to see things move out again. Certainly as the French get their money on. The French aren't huge bettors, so that may not happen. I think it may come down to seeing what the actual team uses and maybe going for a bet from there. But right now, I'm on a Belgian win in regulation time, not going to extra time. But I have to say that 2.1 for draw no bet Belgium is actually a really nice option.
Yeah.
And a bit more safe.
Or to qualify, you can get 2.1 to qualify. So you don't get, if they obviously qualify, then you get your money. Or do you think that if this goes to penalty kick, then France has the edge?
See, I'm a huge fan of Hugo Lloris, so I wouldn't like to go against him in the penalties. So I'd rather have my money back than take that risk, I think.
Okay, all right. Interesting stuff. I tell you, though, the main bet, so I previewed this the other day. I was on the Low Bag show yesterday. Lucrative Larry gave it as his pick. Is both teams to score. This match is predicted to give goals. Both teams to score over 2.5 goals. Martin, is that sort of the direction that you sort of see this match going?
Yeah, that is the direction I see this match going. I've written previews for this for Sportsbook Review and for Odds Market, and that was the point that I made in both of them, that you've got so many phenomenal attacking talents on the pitch. Yes, there are some good defenders, but I really think that with their pace and ingenuity, the likes of Mbappe and Griezmann can really trouble what is a very solid but not particularly pacey Belgian back line. Then, like Stuart said, France have got a real issue at fullback, and Lukaku and Hazard can just tear them apart all day long with the intelligence of De Bruyne's passing as well. I really would be surprised if we don't see both teams scoring.
Yeah.
I got on this earlier this week. It was a lot closer to evens when I got on it. The odds of, I think it was 1.93 or something I got, but the odds have since dwindled. You can get about 1.76 now. I think perhaps maybe because we've been tipping it and other people have been tipping it, and a lot. That's the power.
That's it, Martin. Yeah, it's us. It's all us. Sorry,
it's
betting public. We drove the market down.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I jumped on it at 1.85 actually, and I know Alex, when we previewed it, that was his banker, 1.85, both teams to score. I have to say, as far as the outrights go, so Alex liked France to qualify, and I think it was Flash that was going for Belgium in the 90 minutes. And just reading some of the comments as well, a few people think as well, Belgium in the 90 minutes, says the Rocky Johnson. Belgium win in 90 minutes. I don't see France winning this. But then a lot of people says William is an idiot, says draw 0-0, then France to win in extra time. That's quite a prediction there. So are you staying away from the outrights, Martin?
I am. I think it's too close to call. Two very good teams. I'm going to enjoy the match tremendously, but I wouldn't like to say which way it could go. Just too many players on the pitch. If it was the other game, I'll stick my neck out and say England to win. But for this one, I really think it could go either way. And I really do see value in the goal scorers markets. I really like both teams to score. And if you do want more value, you just go for both teams to score in the over 2.5 goals.
Yeah.
We've got some stubborn defences, but the quality of the attack really should negate that. We should be in for a really good game. And yeah, can't wait to see it.
Yeah, same here. Stuart, you've obviously chosen your bet on the outrights. You didn't want to look at the. It seems sort of like everybody seems to be jumping on that both teams to score an over 2.5 goals market, but you're not.
No, I'm happy with mine. I do like the Alex special. It's always a good one when it pops up. But for this one, I really do believe Belgium have got a good chance. I've kind of got to say that quietly here because all my work colleagues are over there and they will kill me if they hear this. So, but never bet alone, but do it quietly sometimes.
Yeah, except when you're surrounded by French work colleagues, then you are pretty alone there by yourself. When I was talking with Flash about the Croatia-England game, he said that he wanted to put his money on Croatia, but he couldn't sit and root for Croatia in the whole 90 minutes surrounded by his English folk. So he went for another bet instead, because obviously he didn't, when the whole of England would be sad, he'd be really happy because his money came in. So we're for the Croatia win. So yes, All right.
Well, I hope not, because he's a man that's got an England under-21 cap, and not many of us have those. So he should definitely be supporting his country.
Yes, you should. All right. We'll just quickly recap your bets, and then I am going to very quickly just ask you if you've got anything. You're here. I need to ask you what you go for with Croatia versus England. So, Stu, you like Belgium in the 90 minutes, around 3.1, or Belgium draw no bet at 2.1, depending. Which one did you decide to go with for this video?
I'm going to go with Belgium in the 90 minutes. Just a Belgium straight win. Obviously, the odds have moved out, so it makes it more difficult. But still, let's go with what. As I said, I got 3.2. The odds are now way below that.
Yeah. Okay, and Martin, are you with me on the both teams to score bet?
I really am, yeah. Even at 1.75, 1.76, I still think there's value there. I'm glad I got in a bit earlier, but I'm going to go with that. As I say, if you do want a bit more value, maybe consider over 2.5 goals as well. Hope someone wins it 2-1 or a 2-2 draw. Looking forward to an exciting game.
Me too. I described it as a brilliant battle we are going to see today. I am incredibly excited. Just quickly, actually, I wanted to talk the prop bets. And we don't often talk about prop bets, but one that seems to be a really good prop bet is whether we're going to get a penalty kick from VAR or just a penalty kick. It seems to be a prop bet that I think if you'd have probably bet on in every game, you'd be quids in right now. Do you think it's possible, or the refs calming down a little bit on that? What do you think, Martin?
I think it's certainly possible. Yeah, with VAR, they're not missing anything. So if it's ever in doubt, they can send it to a TV replay, and a fair few penalties have been awarded by that. They've really clamped down on holding at corners, and we've seen a ton of penalties given for that.
Yeah,
I guess with the nature of how much is at stake in this game, you really wouldn't want to be the villain that causes your team to go out because you've wrestled someone to the floor in the penalty box. So I think the defenders will be wary. But then again, you have got Lukaku on one side and Giroud on the other, both very good in the air, and players like Varane, Company. So there's going to be a lot of dangerous players in there, and we could see a lot of pushing and shoving at set pieces. So maybe, why not?
Yeah. It says, Ryan Hong says, this one is going to be a banger. David Hutton says, I tried to Google Alex Special and couldn't find it. You'll just find it here. It's one of our co-workers, buddies, Team Bankroll members, Alex. It's the bet that he likes to play. We've actually got a Martin Classic as well, which is generally the team and the under 4.5 goals. But if you join us in the new season, you will hear more of those being used. So Alex Special or Alex Classic is both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals. It's a combined bet offered by most bookies. Also, and then corners as well. Giorgio says over 9.5 corners. Do you think this is going to be a sort of a penalty kick, sort of corner type of match, Stuart?
I think we'll see quite a few corners. We've got hello. There you go. Let's turn the light back on.
It's an omen.
I think we'll see. It's magic. I think we'll see quite a few corners simply because both sides will be certainly Belgium will be attacking France down their wings, and when you've got a side that's got a lot of pace like France do, then they will also try and get behind, and that can lead to a lot of corners as well. So personally, I think Belgium will actually handle them quite nicely. They've got Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen at the back, and those are two players that have dealt quite successfully with pacey players in the Premier League, and I think they'll be able to do the same again in this one.
Yeah. We've got a couple of other goal scoring, and Martin, I know you've pulled a couple of those bets. Anytime goal scorer, we've got Griezmann, anytime goal scorer 2.6 from Giorgio, and then Bill Butlicker, Mbappe to score. Who would get your money, Martin, on anytime goal scorer?
I would stick with my good friend Bill Butlicker on that one. I like Mbappe to score in this game. I mean, I'm a big fan of Alderweireld and Vertonghen, even though they play for Tottenham. They are very, very solid defenders. But neither of them is particularly rapid, and the same goes for Vincent Kompany. He's a solid defender. He's good in the air, but he could get caught out by a quick burst of acceleration. And Mbappe's dynamism in the box is just outrageous. He's so quick. quick and so alive to any opportunity. He put 2 goals in against Argentina, really put them to the sword, and I think he'll give the Belgian defence a torrid time in this game. So yeah, you've got about odds of 12-5, so 3.1, sorry, there on Mbappe, which I like.
Yeah. Jim Kwon, who is joining us from the first time for Korea, he says, great to catch you live for the first time. He likes, or is questioning Lukaku to score. Who do you like to score, Stuart? And we've got Lukaku, and then we've also got Johan Howard says Hazard will score a penalty, but Lukaku to score at any time. What do you think?
It's a possibility. It's not really a market I do any kind of work in because it's just so haphazard. If I was putting my money on a player, it would be Eden Hazard to score a goal. I have to say, I think he's going to the quick feet, the trickery to actually get space in the box, and just nick a goal. But I say it'd be really, really tough for me to actually put my money on it, and I never do. So not going to on this one.
Yeah. Well, Ryan Hong says over 12 corners at 4 seems like good value. Now, those are the odds that you dabble in, Stuart. Over 12 corners?
Yeah, that seems like one of my crazies, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Is that you, Stuart?
Over 9.5 was reasonable odds, I thought.
Yeah.
What somebody said earlier. Yeah, I thought over 9.5 was pretty good. I have to probably go for that.
Yeah. All right. So maybe, stick over 9.5 goals. All right. So just to recap, we've got like a ton more viewers. So for those who've literally just joined us, Stuart is liking Belgium on the outright 3.1 to get the job done in the 90 minutes. Martin and myself are on both teams to score. I found 1.85 the other day. Martin jumped on at 1.91. It's currently priced at about 1.76. So that's a tad low, but you might want to combine it with the over 2.5 goals. Over 2.5 goals when I last looked was 2.1. However, we did preview the video the other day. Alex likes France to qualify, 1.72, and Flash also liked Belgium in the 90 minutes. So take what you will from this information and place your bets accordingly. Very quickly now, I've got 2 Englishmen on here. I've got to ask Croatia versus England. I am stumped, I have to say. I don't know if I'm worried that my heart's in it. I was pushed. They made me make a bet, and I did England to qualify at 1.62 because I wasn't sure whether we would see a result in the 90 minutes. Stu, do you think this is a match that I'm sort of expecting more like the match against Sweden? That's kind of what I'm predicting. I think it's not going to be a sort of a goal fest like I think that France and Belgium is going to be. But Flash thought otherwise. He thought both teams to score over 2.5 goals was a must. Stuart, what do you think it's going to be a cagey match?
Wow. I think it'll be a very cagey match.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the odds here. I'm looking at under 1.5 goals.
Wow.
2.67 with Pinnacle. That's where I'd be putting my money. Croatia, they're a tough side. They're obdurate. England, not exactly easy to push over either. So for me, that would be the way to go.
That's what I was thinking.
But England to win. England to win.
Have you actually put your money on that, Stuart?
Oh God, no. There's no value in it. But as my heart and soul is definitely
it's your
invested.
Heart and soul. Let's put a bet on it. Okay, and what
my
about
heart
you?
and soul is invested, but on my wallet.
And what about you, Martin? What have you written a preview for this match yet?
I have, yeah. I've gone very in depth on Odds Market about football coming home. I've done one for Sportsbook Review as well, so please check that out. I think England can win this one. It's going to be a very tough evening for Jordan Henderson in the England midfield up against Modric and Rakitic, but if he can supply anywhere decent amount of balls up to Ali, Kane and Sterling, England can take these guys. The defence of Croatia hasn't been properly tested in this tournament. They already conceded twice against Russia. And I just think fatigue could be an issue. Croatian players were collapsing with cramp in extra time in their last game.
Yeah.
They played 2 extra time games in a row in the sweltering heat. For me, I think England are a younger team, and the extra legs running at those aging Croatian players could make all the difference here. So I'm just going to stick my neck out and go straight for England to win over Croatia.
Really? Wow.
Good lad.
That's good lad. Yeah, 2.37. I don't know if the odds have changed. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be doing the same as sort of a pre-match look, which is Wednesday, and that is at the same time. So it's exactly the same time. Big Man on Campus and Alex from Need for Tips will be joining me for Croatia versus England, and we'll be doing the same again for the final on Sunday. Will be super early my time, but I'm hopefully going to get the whole team. Stuart, you said we'll check your internet signal, but it'd be nice to get the whole Team Bankroll on the show to talk. It would be I don't think we've ever been all under one in one video before, but that would be super cool. So that's on Sunday for those of you who can make it as well. It'll be very early, 9, maybe something like 9 a.m. Eastern, something like that. But anyway, best of luck with your bets. Let me know what you're going for in the comment section below this video. But it seems that a good consensus one is both teams to score for France versus Belgium. Remember as well, bet with what you can afford. That's the main thing, and just have fun enjoying such a spectacular match. France versus Belgium. Big thank you to Martin and Stuart from Tips to HQ, and I'll see you very soon.
Thanks, guys.